Welcome back, everybody. Tonight, the start of the round of 16. Round number 1, season 15, the Dave Bush Sim Racing Elite Cup Series here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, presented to y'all by MaxspeedTV. Of course, myself, Joshua Medlock, almost called myself Will here, but Will is here.
Yes, you're Will, I'm Joshua.
I guess I'm Will and you're Joshua. Will Roberts joining me up here tonight. Glad to be back in the hot seat here this evening. Will, start of the chase here, Atlanta. You know, after the repave, they pretty much turned it into a super speedway, so it's not like the old Atlanta where, you know, tires per se were more of a premium. Are they still? Yes, but they don't wear as bad as they did before. A lot of pack racing here now. How are you doing? And, you know, what do you foresee here tonight as, well, we get ready for, you know, the start of the chase?
I'm doing pretty well this evening, Joshua. This race in general, I perceive it to be full of excitement, unpredictable. You don't know what could happen. Like you said, it's a super speedway drafting style track per se, like a plate race, taking the pacer right. So you never know what can transpire. You have to make your own fate, so to speak. So you got to know when to build these runs up. That's what we're seeing in the closing minutes of practice here. It could turn into a slick race to where you have to work the pedals a bit more. You have to work that throttle pedal, be on and off the throttle. That's what it's starting to eventually work into here at Atlanta. With the repave reconfiguration, it added, if I'm not mistaken, 2 degrees of elevation of banking in the corners, from 26 to 28 degrees of banking.
Yeah.
So that gives you more banking to stay up through the corners, built up momentum, speed, so on. So that's what creates this pack racing, super speedway like racing here at Atlanta, and just with this movement up, with the smooth surface as well with the repave, and also just the package of the cars as well. So 40 to 45 laps guesstimate with the fuel. Some might be able to go 47, get that extra couple of laps out of the fuel mileage that are just going to be riding around in the back of the pack, saving the fuel. That's the pit window.
Yeah.
With it Atlanta, I'm not sure how the pit entry is here. If the
Treacherous.
Yeah, you got to be careful, mindful of that. You know, trying to get on and off pit road as a group. You know, so other things to look forward to. It's 153 laps, just almost 230-mile event here. So right now the track temperature is setting at 110 degrees. That is going to be a bit slick. So these cars may just be a bit unpredictable like we normally see them already throughout each and every week.
Yeah. I mean, that track temp's not going to play, is going to play a huge factor in it. Of course, the wind may even too at 15 miles an hour. So,
yeah, that's a good gust.
Yeah, having a good wind out there. Now, 4 sets of tires here tonight. Now, pit road 45 miles an hour with a pace speed of 55. Of course, we will see that stage here tonight that they run at 53. So, wide at 53, and when they complete it at 54, we'll see that caution flag come out. But, you know, we do have our top 16 in the point standings here tonight. Now, I don't have the points up here, but I will do that next week. I just want to let everybody know who's in the top 16 for tonight, and then we'll look at the points and how they rack up with all those championship points and all that going into round number 2. But Zachary Rongich, Joseph Colsey, Ryan Messer, Chris Paff, Zach Deutscher, Austin Sailors, Jeff Gilmore, Kyle Munson, Michael Yarrow, Jason Adams, Philip Bridgman, Gomez, that's Mark Koshik, Jim Coleman, Spurger, Art Mullane, Robbie Stewart, and Larry Blair is our 16 drivers that are going to be fighting not only for the round of 16, but trying to get into, you know, the next round and you know, the rounds after that, trying to get into, of course, that Final Four is the main goal, and, you know, the end goal is to win a championship as well. But right now, this is our top 16 coming into tonight. We're under 2 minutes to go here, Will, so I think we're going to step aside and play the national anthem provided by our good friends over at Madison Rising. So we're going to step aside here, folks, and when we come back, qualifying will be underway here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching MaxspeedTV.
Alrighty, folks. Me and Will are back. Qualifying underway here tonight at Atlanta. Not a huge field out here tonight. We notice that usually when they get into the chase, a lot of people don't come out. They don't want to upset nobody's driving, which, I understand their point, but, Will, I mean, come out here and upset the playoff picture, throw a ringer into things, that's always the case, with some of these with leagues and in real life racing, but, I guess, and of course we're getting back into school too, so people don't really, I guess, have a lot of time, tomorrow school and, getting their kids to bed and all that. But, these guys still have a season to do here. And it looks like right now Ryan Messer up in the top spot.
Yeah, talk about playing spoiler. I used to love to play spoiler whenever I was not a member of, say, a playoff grid, the playoff driver rundown, whatever you'd like to call it.
Yeah, the top 16, the chase drivers.
Yeah, the chase drivers. There we go. It was always nice, kind of. I don't want to say getting them mad at you, but like roughing up their feathers, like you said, playing spoiler. Like, hey, I should have maybe been a deserving candidate, to be in the chase, but unfortunately that guy snubbed me by a couple of points. He was in it, but hey, I had a good run, Look at me.
Yeah, it's always good to see, like especially when you get down into the chase, you got non-chase drivers winning the races. And
they're not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah,
oh no.
That really throws a ringer into things. It looks like
it's almost like bushwhacking. You remember that term, bushwhacking?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Looks like Robbie Stewart will be the last driver to qualify here. Art Mulaney, Michael Yallrobe, Gomez, Coleman Spurger, Blair, Cohen, and Munson looks like is not coming out. So Ryan
half
Messer,
the field sets the time, half the others do not.
Ryan Messer is going to grab the pole out here tonight. Let's go ahead and get Mr. Ryan down here real quick. Ryan, got a copy there, buddy?
I got you.
Hey, man, well, one of the chase drivers out here tonight, man, I mean, starting off strong. You're starting up front, clean air. Of course, with the repave and everything, it kind of turned Atlanta into a super speedway. But talk about it. What do you got to do out here? How do you be careful? How do you come out with the most points possible?
Well, qualifying pole probably was a good start. Definitely didn't see that one coming. But that gets us in the hot right off on the good foot. So try to survive, be there at the end. I'm sure this one will have the big one at some point. So stay clear of that and just try to stay up front somewhere. Either up front or at the back and go where you're safe. Kind of in that middle of the pack is where things can go wrong in a hurry. So just try to be there at the end, really.
All right. Yeah. Just try to, figure out where you're going to be at any certain point in time. I think it's going to be a great race out here tonight, round number 1. So, still got, 2 more chances in the first round to, to figure something out. But do it here tonight, and then, set the bar high for everybody, and I think you'll be good to go. Ryan, good luck down there, buddy. Congratulations on the pole here tonight, man.
Thank you. Yep. Hopefully talk to you in a bit.
I guess we'll find out. All righty. Well, our everybody looks like is be gridding up here tonight. Boy, I cannot talk. Let's go ahead and get them on the grid here tonight. Of course, we just talked to Ryan Messer, of course, driving the pole with a 31.491. Congratulations to Ryan on the pole here tonight. Now, Zachary Rongich, our regular season champion, will be starting on the outside of him in second. More on Rongich here in just a little bit. Chris Paff third, Cossey fourth, Gilmore fifth, Bridgman sixth, Baylor seventh, Deuscher in eighth, Darnell ninth, and Stewart in 10th. Well, we got a battle of the Robbies back here, Will. Got Michael Yarrow in 11th, Kyle Munson in 12th, Larry Blair 13th, Jim Coleman-Sperger 14th, Paul Buzz Cohen in 15th, Gomez in 16th, and Art Mullane rounding out the 17-car field here tonight. Looks like Buzz did not start here this evening.
Out of the qualifying times, I mean, just what a tight-knit group of times we've had between those top 10 times. If only all of the 16 runners would have qualified, what would have all those times been? Yep. Anywho, yeah. Forward onto this race here. Like I said, 28 degrees of banking in the corners, 5 on the straightaways, and it is a quad oval here. So we're going to be making 2 slightly kinked corner turns on the front straightaway. You call that a straightaway? I do not. That is a curved straight. Anyway, so back straightaway. It's another one of those tracks that has been flip-flopped throughout the years. The back straightaway used to be the start-finish line. There used to be pits. There used to be pit road on the back straightaway. That no longer really exists. You can't really tell that used to be there. Anyway, so pace car is off, Joshua. They're rolling to the start.
Yes, they are. Here we go. Ryan Messer, Zachary Rongich into the Geico start zone for the first time. Green is out. Here we go. Boogity, 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 folks. Well, racing here tonight for round number 1 of the top 16 for the Dave Bush Super Racing Elite Cup Series here at Atlanta. Presented to you all by MaxspeedTV. And they're not up to speed yet, but as you was talking about Atlanta here as they are trying to get up to speed. Zachary Rongich on the outside already with Cossey, wasting no time. You know, in the quad oval, yeah, it's kind of that front stretch area. It's kind of like a Charlotte in a way. The way it's curved and you're making, you know, both the, you know, some turns, a straight turn, and then down into one. So it's kind of similar to Charlotte in a way.
Charlotte, Texas. Atlanta, Charlotte, Texas, the 3 quad oval tracks that are sister tracks, so to speak.
Looks like Rongich got the lap led, decided he's going to the back. He got his first lap led out of the way. Who's it going to be this time? The 5 of Philip Bridgman, I do believe, stole that away. Yes, he did. From Joseph Cossey. So I don't know. Here we go. What's Phillip going to do? Stay out front. He is not going to go to the back.
Yeah, Phillip tries to normally be up front in the super speedway type races. Up top, you have Cossey and Deutscher leading that high line. Robbie Stewart tagging the wall, though, out of the turn 4.
Yeah.
So gotta be careful there. Robbie can't float up there too high.
And we got a battle of the Robbies too. Robbie Stewart and Robbie Darnell.
In the same row.
Yeah.
5th row. Ooh. Now Deutscher dropping back. He led that lap, I do believe.
No, he did not.
No, he did not.
Wow.
Now dropping back. Looks like maybe to pick up Rongich, so to speak, perhaps. So
Cossey going to lead another lap here. Robbie Stewart in tow. Robbie Darnell right behind him. Chris Path right behind him. See that outside line. Oh, it looks like somebody up here tagging.
Outside line's probably going to be the most dominant and best place to make runs happen, and where you can, like, you know, swing low, swing high, sweet chariot type of momentum there and movement. So already starting with the songs here tonight, and we haven't even been live for 30 minutes yet. So Atlanta's an easy track to do. No, you're good. I can walk into those pretty easy. I don't even mean to do it. I did that the other day on a broadcast, and it just came out just with the roll of the tongue, and I just kind of thought I might pick that in tonight at some point. Yeah. I got it in. I snuck it in kind of early. Yeah. But Atlanta lets you do that depending on how many cars will be with you on that high line. If you can get enough going, you can make moves. If everyone's up there, you can make a move to cut down and maybe take control, swing back up, and take control of that lead pack up top. But at the moment, there's a line trying to form on the bottom, being led by Robbie Darnell. He's taking that 44 car to the bottom with help of Chris Paff. But now that line is being overrun now by the momentum that just keeps being built up over time. Every now and again, they will get built back up again on that high side.
Right, going back to the back here, Art Mullane, Michael Yarrow, Zach Deutscher a little bit further back, but Art Mullane and Michael Yarrow doing some battling back here. Still got that side-by-side group up front. We're going to see that pretty much throughout the race here tonight until, you know, the tires start to wear down a little more and everybody figures out if they're going to be on the bottom or on the top. But once everybody gets on the top side, it'll be single file action throughout the race. Right now, we're not seeing single file.
Yeah, I definitely don't think Rogic meant to lift and coast as much as he did after he got credited for leading a lap. He definitely doesn't want to be like around nobody. That's for sure. He doesn't want to be in a crash. 3 wide for the lead. If anybody was watching the race on television earlier in the day, you saw this for multiple rows. It could be Robbie Stewart hit the wall again this time, turn 3. He's going to keep it there, so that's good. Everybody gets by, navigating no problem, but he's going to have some right front damage as long as he held that wall and also just the impact of it, and also tapping it a couple of more times prior to it. So
it looks like Robbie Darnell still leading the way here, and they got that 3 wide behind them figured out here, but I don't think it's going to stay that way. That outside line still being led by Austin Sailors now, and he's bringing a group with him.
Yeah, like I said, talking about Zach and Zach, I don't think Rogic, like I said, I don't think he meant to lift as much as he did. He wanted to get back in line behind the pack, but I think he had just lost too much speed. Once you lift in these cars and then you get back in it, but everybody else is still in the throttle, they're already on, and you duck out that draft and you want to give up that spot, so to speak. You want to just go back to the back, and you have to time it perfectly. If you mistime it, and if you pedal too long or whatever, you will lose that draft assistance, so to speak.
It looks like that side-by-side still happening back here. Aussie,
at the moment, like you talked about, until everybody's tires start to equalize out who's going to be able to have the better performance, so to speak, you will still see these battles, and maybe the pack start to pack back up. Who's going to be able to lead? Who's going to have a following car, so to speak? Who feels more confident, or who just wants to lead? Who wants to just do the big giant line? And
like Coleman'sberger making his way up through the field, a position at a time, already up in the 7th.
I do kind of almost want to agree with you to a point. Like, tires, I think, can mean something if we have some late race caution, so to speak, or anything like that. If someone still has a set lying around, which, to be honest, I don't really think the most you should use is 3 sets here. If you really use 4 with the laps given to you, then maybe you had a green light checkered or something happened late in the race. You know, there was a caution that happened, and you wanted to pit, make up some ground. And I do believe that fresh tires, with everybody having older tires, even with the rules package and track conditions and so on, it would still be worth it. Robbie Darnell getting out of shape, coming out of turn number 2 there.
Yep. Like he's all right, but boy, that could have been bad, not only for him, half, and well, the inside line, really. Larry Blair.
Just that's exactly what I was talking about the unpredictability of these cars. You know, you're pushing, you're shoving, contact being made there between Coleman'sberger and Darnell. They're still getting it sorted out. This is this could split up the pack here just a wee bit.
Yep, Coleman'sberger falling backwards after a little incident there. Still a long way to go, though. No fast repairs. They, you know, the damage they get, they'll have to get it fixed on pit road when they come down to pit. Now, they cannot go the distance. They cannot go to the stage. They will have to come down.
No, they cannot.
So, but top three kind of check it out right now. So, woo, Chris Paff getting bit all out of shape. Hang on to it. Still got the side-by-side path. Messer, our pole sitter, coming up on Robbie Darnell. That outside line forming up again. Sailors. That is the 40 of Kyle Munson also on the outside line. Also have Art Mullane at the tail end and Jim Coleman'sberger on the inside, the 57. Jeff Gilmore. I believe that is Larry.
And three-car breakaway, Cossey, Bridgman, and Sailors in the top three spots at the moment. So that's who's leading this race. And the big battle group right behind them, trying to run them back down and figure it out who's in the best position where. And Robbie's trying to lead them all. He's been trying to do that for a good minute. But, for the most part, I think a good number of these quite racy gentlemen want to get by Robbie, and but Robbie is really keen on leading at the moment. 21 laps into this race, haven't seen too much but a couple of elbow checks, really.
You could call them elbow checks or be a little door check and be like, hey, I'm here, you know.
Yeah.
Still watching the good group back here, though, now led by Ryan Messer as he got around.
Yeah, Messer
Robbie.
finally got by.
Yep. Robbie back into the 5th spot. But still
Look at Yarrow has a good momentum coming up inside. Nobody went with him, though.
Well, he does have, I think, that is Larry behind him, coming up on him now. Yep, that is Mr. Blair there. Now, a little bit of side note here real quick, going back to Rongich, who's leading this group at the tail end. Rongich, Deutscher, and Robbie Stewart. Rongich, of course, winning the regular season championship, I guess you could say. 6 wins, 13 top 5s, 16 top 10s, 6 poles, and 338 laps led in the regular season for 38. Golly. Mr. Brendan out there in chat, how you doing? Moose Pie, Stephen Lane. Back up front. Go ahead.
Did you say 338 laps led?
338 laps led in the regular season.
Well, that's basically his car number, but triple, you know?
Right. Looks like he out there in chat. That must be Mr. Brandon. Not out here racing with the guys tonight. I don't see Tara in chat. I'm sure she's out there somewhere. She's probably lurking. Right now, not a whole lot per se going on.
Yeah, they're logging laps. They are trying to just get to that first pit window here, which is coming on soon.
It looks like Gomez down pit road here. Now, when do you expect these guys to come down? Do you split it? Do you go as far as you can? I mean, you can't go.
You might as well go ahead and go as far as you can because, you know, the stage break is 10 laps, give or take, 8 laps later, right? You might as well just go ahead and pit lap 40, 45, whenever you can 38, 40, 45.
Somewhere around in that ballpark.
Yeah, because, you know, the fuel mileage is that right there. So
Yeah.
there's no sense in really go ahead and pitting now, I don't think. I don't see it really.
Maybe lap 30, 35-ish possibly. Maybe.
They could start pitting there if they wanted to, but you know, 40, 45 sounds to be the fuel window here. Like if you're pushing it 42, you know, like they said earlier, 47 maybe if you're saving. So just gotta wait and see.
He lurking terror. I'll call him. I'm too bad I can't give nicknames in chat here. I would. Call her Lurking Terra. Right now,
you're trying to lead this group. Yep. They finally got it straightened up back here. Trying to lead this group. Robbie Darnell and Chris Paff and others. Kyle Hudson, there we go. Wanted to call him somebody else. So they are trying to lead the leading trio.
Looks like Gilmore and Yallrow right here with them as well. And Jim. Throw Jim in the mix. He's at the tail end right here in the course. Number 11. Larry Blair and Art Mullane working together back here. You still have Rongich, Deutscher, and Stewart right here together. They're going to be coming up on Art Mullane and Larry here before too long. You know, you got 2 cars together and you got 3 cars together. 3 better than 2. In a way.
And we're only 30 laps into this race. What's the track temperature at now compared to what it was in practice?
It is 113, so it has gone up.
It has gone up. So things working on that. I'm to check in, you know, as we know.
Yeah, we'll probably check in again at about lap 60 or so. You know, kind of get a pace. It's like
you see Kossi with these high or mid corner arcs exit. He's basically, it looks like he's just letting the car lead him, so to speak. He's just going where that car feels comfortable. And as the race leader, you have the privilege to do so with these drafting style tracks. You can, if that car just feels that good to you, you can as they say, let it lead you.
Yeah, it looks like he's kind of just mainly letting it drive itself. He's just steering it, you know, giving it a little bit of gas when needed, but he's pretty much letting it do its own thing and leading the way.
Definitely has a good pusher in the 5 of Bridgman.
Yes.
In tow. He's pushed me to many of sim victories on drafting style tracks. So
Bobby Darnell,
top 3, they're still broken away.
Yeah. Back
here, good tussle though. They are slowly, I think, reeling in the top 3 once they kind of got it straightened out here. But
let's see here.
Yeah, everybody's single file for the most part.
Right.
Or they're still, the gap is still there. It hasn't really went
changed
down or lost
much.
anything.
I mean, it's gaining. They're gaining a little bit, but not much.
So 20 laps from that stage break, and probably at least 8 laps, if less, from when the fuel pit window starts here for the first pit stop of the night.
All right, got some moving going on up here. Let's see here. Looks like Robbie had a little bit of a moment, but he's all right. Chris Paff, Munson, Gilmore, Yallrow, Coleman, Spurger, all still right here together as well. A little bit of a gap, about a half a second between Paff and Munson, so it's not really much of a gap. But the top 3 kind of checked out. Of course, I don't think it's not going to stay that way. It's really early, Will, so you know they may be leading now, but what's not to say when we get done with the stage, you know, they're gonna have to pit in that last stint, and you know, we'll see how everything stacks up after that. But Right now, you know, Cossey and company kind of setting the stage, or setting the pace, I guess you could say. But logging the laps down here tonight at Atlanta Speedway, the Dave Bush Sim Racing Elise Cup Series. You got Tara.
Another thing to point out, that's 3 different cars leading this race too. A Ford, a Chevy, and a Toyota, so not really anything. I mean, it's just 3 different, you know, all 3 cars up there.
Yep. We got Coffey, Bridgman, Austin. All 3 of these guys, the top 3 have led a lap. Besser's still looking to lead a lap. Robbie's led 5. Taft's still looking to lead. We have a few more, I think, back here. Yep, Rongich has led a lap here tonight. And that's it. That's all we've had so far. Now, that's probably going to change throughout the event here this evening, but as of right now, that's who we've got led. And Cossey's led 30 laps. Now, once he got up front, Will, he never really looked back. Him, Phillip, or Sailors.
Yeah, at this moment in time, Cossey is in good positioning to maybe take the laps led marker tally and maybe hold it if he keeps this up.
Yep.
Like I said, if he just has Bridgman stay behind him, if he can work a deal out with Phillip to pit together, work together, you know, they seem, like I said, he seems to be working well with him already. So even though the Zach and Zach duo, they're basically a half a track, if not more, behind the race leaders.
Looks like Robbie's, got a little shake-up going on back up here. Looks
Yeah,
like
they have found a bunch more cars to enter with their tango.
Yeah.
So
Keeping an eye on it.
they're less than a half a track behind the race leaders, so my apologies in saying so, but just about.
Ogich and Deutscher, the battle of the Zacks, working together here.
Well, it's okay, you can keep calling him Doucher.
Huh?
It's okay, you can keep calling him Doucher, he doesn't mind.
Doucher.
Yeah.
Doucher. Man, I want to.
Go ahead.
You know,
Was it you or someone else that called him Douchier?
I think I started it at the first.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
There was somebody. It might have been you that started calling him Douchier. I'm like,
Douchier,
that's hilarious. That's the best one I've heard.
Zach Douchier right there. He's a good guy, though. I like talking to Zach. He's right. He is right behind Rongich. I mean, literally right behind Rongich. You've got Munson, Stewart, Blair, Art, and Jim. And we are hitting a lap 44.
He went from coffee to beer.
Right? Yep. I'm out of coffee, unfortunately, so I'll have to go get me some here in just a minute. I mean, right now we're at lap 44. Will that window is kind of open now, so
It has been open for a good while.
Just don't see.
Ain't seen nobody jumping it yet.
Nobody has jumped down pit road. I do believe when we see the leaders come down, we'll see everybody else.
Oh, most definitely.
It looks like
the floodgates will open.
Doesn't look like anybody's coming down, though. I think everybody's pretty much staying out.
Looks like they might go to 47 here.
They might.
Man, those pesky drivers not telling me the right numbers, I tell you.
Well, you know how it works. You know, we don't want the exact number, but we'd love to get a little bit closer.
Right? Exactly.
Oh man, who told you the number?
A handful of people.
A handful of people.
So we can't just run one person over with the double-decker bus. Everybody gets it.
Yep.
You know, I'm not saying that I
would have probably
murder is a good thing.
I would have probably guessed for fuel. I would have guessed probably 50 to 55. but that would have been just my guess. And I definitely could have been off.
Hey, if they get to 50, hey man.
Oh,
That's
here
gonna
we
be
go. Path down
Oh.
pit road.
So coming
Yep.
to 47.
And it looks like
So
Blair.
Larry taking.
Yep.
So a lot of these guys are taking the
Ooh.
access road. What you
Yep.
have to do in the real world. That's why I was kind of hesitant earlier with the rundown of the at the top of the show. I didn't know if we were using the access road entry or what. I had no clue. So
Yeah, you don't have to, but a lot of drivers
yes,
do.
sir.
Looks like
Yeah, just in case you never know if there could be a major incident.
incident. Yep.
Yep.
Like pretty much everybody coming down at one point or another. Jeff Gilmore, Michael Yallrow staying out though. Jeff has been out here. See, Jeff and Michael's been out here now 48 laps. So I would assume, oh, and Munson and Colmansberger as well. It looks like they are not coming down pit road, the top two. What is Munson and Colmansberger gonna do here?
I feel like maybe some people that normally you see go long at other places,
wow.
you could see some tomfoolery or trickery.
Oh, okay, I thought Munson ran.
Not really
Did
trickery, but
Munson
just,
run out of fuel? Oh, I
let's
think
hope not. That would have been.
Munson, I think he ran out of fuel. Let's go cockpit.
Oh, no, he's slowly picking up speed. There he goes.
Yeah.
150. Nope, maybe not.
Maybe not.
I don't know anymore.
I don't either. I don't either. Oh, let's get back up here to the front because these guys have been out here, though, 50 laps. And Jib down pit road. Munson, though, still out there. Gilmore down. Yallrow down. The only driver yet to come down, Kyle Munson.
Munson's he's shutting his car off and coasting and everything.
He is saving.
Yeah, that's why you think he's like, that's why it's like drastically dipping and everything.
But
yes.
Can he make it? As he is going to take lap 52 here, and he didn't lead. Looks like Cossey is around him now. Cossey back up front, Munson in second. What do you?
So is everybody a lap down? But
no. Everybody's
on the
lead lap except for Gomez, who's still sitting on pit road.
What's the gappage?
Let's see here. From second to third is about 2 seconds and closing. So Austin Sailors,
so here comes second and third right here. Or no, here.
Yeah, second's right here. Munson third. Third is coming. That's Sailors and Richmond, so third and fourth.
Okay, so staying out did not help Munson at all. Munson probably could have pitted whenever Gilmore peeled off.
Yep.
So Cossey
coming to the white flag.
Cossey's all by him lonesome, except with the lap car.
Yep. White flag.
Not really Robbie Stewart.
Yep. White flag in the air one more time around for the stage break. It looks like Cossey, as of this moment, looks like he will pull away here and grab the stage win, but he is right behind the three. I don't think Joseph is going to push the issue. Probably leave Robbie on the lead lap here. I don't think Robbie's going to get out of the way. Munson is slowly, I think, coming down pit road. Cossey, though, going to win the stage here tonight. The only stage they get. And they are going to wait until, I believe, everybody, top 5, I believe it is, crosses the line. So congratulations to Cossey on the stage win here tonight. We'll get him up here and talk to him here tonight. Talk about the good run, little run there. I say little, but it wasn't really a little run.
Yeah, 53 laps is a good little, good little mid run, almost a long run with the 75% fuel here in the SRU Cup Series. It is,
now
it makes it, you know, a fuel run.
Yeah. Now you just pitted. Do you pit again? Go ahead and take a set of tires if you didn't.
Yes, the key word there is "if you didn't," or the phrase in that sentence is "if you didn't," because maybe there's just some drivers there that maybe Kyle Munson maybe just took a splash of fuel to get him to the checkered there, or just you know who could have not taken tires. We not 100% sure, but
I don't think anybody did.
Yeah, exactly. I think
they
were just in there to get gas and get out.
Let me rephrase that. I think Larry did, and I think Robbie Stewart did, but I could be wrong.
Okay, well then you would do the reversal. You would just come down here and just get just top off your car completely, or maybe try to get track position now on this stop. But, you know, who knows? It's still a long way to go.
Oh, yeah.
We still have going to be around 90, 80. Let's do math, Willie. That's easy, sometimes hard
Let's
to do.
just look at it right here
real
quickly before we get the stage winner. We'll have 98 laps right now, so it'll be roughly 95, 96 when we get the green. Something like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, all right. Let's get Joseph up here real quick. If he is in, yeah, there he is right there. Mr. Joseph Cossey, I know you can hear me. It's Medlock and Will in the booth, buddy. Winning the stage out here tonight, but we still got a long way to go, man. How you feeling out there? What's it going to take to survive Atlanta here tonight?
Not making stupid decisions and making smart moves and good pit stops like that one for I think a lot of people were trying to save to make the stage, try to make it not pit, but I tried to keep tempo, and I was just gonna go ahead and pit. I was just hoping for a caution, but then I don't know if it just pushed the pace to where everybody else had to pit. If it did, yay me.
Well, Munson tried it. You know, he stayed out there as long as he could, and I think if he would have saved a little bit more, I think he would have had it. But you know, he didn't save quite, I guess, enough, and everybody got around him. But I think Munson, we'll have to watch Munson throughout the race here tonight, kind of see what he does. Of course, we'll have to watch everybody else too. So, but good first, you know, stage run there. The only stage y'all get. Gonna pick up some points here tonight, buddy. You know, always trying to look, you know, ahead in a way, but not get too ahead of yourself. Trying to, of course, get into the next round. Of course, take it one race at a time, Joseph. You know that.
Oh yeah.
All righty, we'll let you get to it, man. Still a long way to go out there. So good luck, Joseph. Congratulations on the stage win here tonight.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep. All right, Joseph Cossey, our stage winner. And it looks like they are lined back up here. Stages are done. They only do one, which makes our job, mine and Will's job, a little bit easier. All right, we won't be having any of that here. Brendan, take care of that.
Man, the one time I don't have the chat turned on and I missed it. Anyway, back to green flag action as they're getting jockeying around as the drivers decide which lane they want to be in, because there's no choose rule as of yet. Only the leader on iRacing has the luxury of choosing, but soon, one day, maybe they'll have that choose rule in play. Anyway.
We are back at it here, though.
Yes, sir.
I had to take care of
leading them
here, so, and,
Phillip getting back in tow. Now we have Gilmore in third. And here is Deutscher. He is back up here as well.
Maybe,
maybe Rongich and Duchier will stay up here and contend now that the stage is over with. I don't think you need to be dropping back and riding around
No.
because you could lose the draft
Oh, yeah.
like you did. I mean, it works, I guess, but maybe Rongich was anticipating carnage, but we didn't see it early on.
No.
But
and we may not see it tonight. I mean, everybody really being very respectful out there. You know, they are giving each other room, but they are also, you know, racing each other, you know, really trying to steal that draft from one another, especially that side draft. Of course, these cars can get aero tight too, so they got to be really careful when they're side drafting somebody, that if they start to, you know, get tight, that aero push, that they don't push it and well, carnage. You know, we don't want to see that. Like Bridgman now though up front, getting around the 88 of Cossie, and looks like Duchier up into second. I'm gonna call him that all night long, just because I can. It is Deutscher, everybody. I'm just picking on old Zach there.
And you see there, going to turn one, how the inside line, if there's so many cars deep like they are, about midway point, you know, of that inside line, it starts to bog down. They have to do some more checking up. Log jamming goes on. So that's what makes some people get unfaithful. They start to crack down and break apart. And then they jump up to that top line because they're like, oh, well, I'm not going nowhere. I'm having to get out the throttle more, having to work things. And I don't like that. So I'm going to jump up here and see if I can get this high line going. So now we see two lines in motion, fluid motion.
Yep. Side by side throughout the field as of right now. 3 wide even back here. I'm watching the, I believe that is the 16. Yep, right there. He was peeking to the middle, but whoa, little wiggle there by Gilmore.
Going down the front straightaway, going through the double dog leg, the quad oval. Like we talked about, it's a double left transition of that front straightaway. Now Gilmore will take that left-hand turn down the back straightaway, down the stairs, take the lead away, attempting at least. That momentum that high side has, though, is just unbelievable at times as it powers back by that inside line.
All right. Yep, Little Bridgman, Cossie, Messer, Munson, Stewart, Gilmore, Paff, Deutscher, Yalro, Rongich, Top 10, everybody pretty much right here together all the way back to Robbie Darnell. Armalade by himself. No help whatsoever. Well, I appreciate it, Jason. Glad to see you out there in chat here. 3 wide up front. Oh! Guess who is in the middle?
In the middle. Now there's nobody there to support him in the back, right behind him, but they're getting wadded up. Robbie Stewart found the wall again.
Yeah, Robbie's been all over the wall. He's having a wall fetish here tonight. That's Robbie Stewart here this evening, folks. Not Robbie Darnell, Robbie Stewart. He's found the wall fetish here this evening, and he needs to stay off of that wall. That's really hurting that car. You know, it may not look like it. We'll look at it here. It may not look like it, but yeah, you can definitely see the right side damage on that Bud King of Beers car. Is it affected him any at all? Well, we don't really know. However, we do know that Deutscher coming up to his inside there had to back off of it not to get into him. So, man, things heating up here, guys.
Kyle Munson trying to keep the lead. Muncie is now taking it away on the bottom line. Chris Paff right behind him. Philip Bridgman has Joseph Cossie, who has led pretty much most of the laps led so far tonight out of the 69. circuits completed.
Yeah, Kyle Heath out in Chad here tonight. Looks like Jason met his hero today, Isaiah Sutherland. I know Isaiah really well. I think everybody does. We miss seeing him over here. And hopefully everybody had fun. That was down there at the real race today at Atlanta.
Phillip going down low for some reason, and then that allows the outside lane of Cossey and Messer to go back by. But they stay up there for a moment to keep Austin in tow.
Chris. All right, Chris is going up top side here, but going up front.
Oh,
got
there goes
43
Austin.
Of Austin. Yeah, down the east side. You've seen that too. I think it's going to be a survival here tonight. You know, I know Cossey. We know Cossey has led a lot of laps already here. Okay, we already can see that. But it's going to be, it's Joseph's race to lose it, you know, really, because he's been up front, and it's really anybody's race. Joseph makes any bit of the slightest mistake, whether it be now or later on into the race. I mean, everybody's going to be able to pounce right on him. Do you foresee maybe if they're racing as close as they are right now, Will, later on, do you think maybe a little bit of more might be used to get somebody loose?
Oh, yes. I've seen a lot here at Atlanta. Anything is quite possible.
Right.
I've seen it anywhere. You know, it can happen for sure. If you can get within arm's length of somebody. My motto was never let them get that close to me.
Yep.
If you did, that was your mistake, and you had nobody else to blame but yourself.
Yep. Robbie Stewart.
But with this style of racing, you have nothing. You know, you need at least a partner. You need someone to start singing that song from Toy Story. You know, I've got a friend in me. You know?
Oh, the three again. Scraping the wall looked like there. Robbie Stewart again.
And Jim, I think, followed him. Got sucked in even more.
Yep, so Jim and Robbie both finding the wall again here tonight. Looks like Keith Hurlbut out there here as well tonight. How you doing, Keith? We got Keith, Kyle, and Jason out in chat, and Brandon. All three of them are out there here this evening. How are y'all doing? I call Keith my neighbor state, but Stephen Lane, I don't know if anybody knows him.
Yeah, I'm your neighbor state, buddy.
Stephen lives about an hour from me, west. So, and then Keith lives, I'd say, what is it, about 2.5 hours. Somewhere in that ballpark. So, looks like we got another band here coming. Yeah, go ahead and keep making them, and I'll just keep timing you out. Two and a half hours north. Yeah, 2.5 hours, depending on how fast I drive up 49. You know. I can drive 100 as long as if I don't get stopped, you know.
I tell you, there's some people with some major beef out there with some others, I tell you.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, you're seeing it too, huh?
Yeah. Whenever you said something earlier, I was like, oh yeah, turn the chat on, Dodo.
Yeah, I had to get rid of the little emoji there, the little heart. I hate getting rid of that thing because I know a lot of people like to tap it for the stream, but you know, when I run into problems like this, I got to get rid of it so I can hit that hammer down button, that hammer button, very, very quickly. So that's kind of what we're running into tonight, unfortunately. I do apologize for the trolls out there, but I will not tolerate that stuff in my chat. I will not tolerate bad-mouthing a driver or the league. You can bad-mouth me and hate me all you want to, but when you bad-mouth a league or a driver, that's it. I will not have it. I got some thick skin. I've also got a hammer button, so you know. Appreciate the 6 likes out there and all 12 of you out there tuning in right now. Thank you, everybody, for watching the Dave Bush Sim Racing Unleashed Cup Series here tonight. Round number 1 of the top 16 here, season 15 at Atlanta. Single file right now going on here on the racetrack, presented to y'all by MaxspeedTV. Of course, myself and Will. We're calling the action when there's action to be called. Right now, though, Will, just some single file. 1 lane on the top side going on here, all led by the 88 of Joseph. But he is coming up on Art Lane here. And let's see what Art does. I think Art's going to stay high, let everybody go down to the inside into turn 1 and 2. I had to be careful, though, out of 2. This is going to definitely change a few things here. But Art right there has found the back bumper of the 22 now in the draft. 1 lap down, the only driver a lap down on the racetrack. Gomez, 56 laps down. Sitting on pit road. He's not a big fan of super speedway racing. I kind of don't blame him. I'm getting kind of tired of it myself.
I agree with you. So it looks like we're going to see at least 2 pit stops. 2 pit stops in store. I would have to guesstimate with the math I've done in my head.
Okay. And you can't split that, can you? You can't do 1 and then go to the end. You will have to come down twice.
As it's looking, I mean, maybe the people like Munson and Gilmore and maybe those that they might be able to do it on 1, but it's tricky. It's tricky.
Getting 3
with how
wide
they've been racing
up
right
here.
now, I don't think anybody's really been saving.
No, looks like
with how they've
Munson.
been racing.
Munson, the meat in the middle. He's either the meat or the cheese. I don't know which one yet. We're about to find out. He's losing some ground, though. No help.
Bridgman, surprisingly, has lost his drafting buddy, Cossey. Cossey's been up here leading. And then Bridgman, he's kind of falling at the cinder block and up the swimming pool. So
yeah, just sunk. Hey, it's still kind of quite early though, Will. So you know,
well, we haven't hit that 50 lap to go mark or that 40 or 30. So normally, different people have different get up and go points. Where hey,
all right,
15 lead changes in this race.
Moose Pie going to bed already? It's only 8 o'clock. Well, 8 my time, so I don't know what time it is for your end. It's only 8 my time. That's early.
Well, if he's on the East Coast, it's already 9 so it's bedtime at the school.
Oh, well, yeah.
Not sure. We're not going there, but anyway.
Well, get some rest. Glad to have you out here.
Maybe it's work. Hopefully it's work related. Fingers crossed.
Work related, school related, whatever the case may be. Just get some rest. Glad to have everybody out here that is. Have a safe trip back, Jason.
Austin taking control of that high lane. I'm not sure if Cossey will like it too much, but here comes Yarrow with help from Gilmore. Gilmore giving him a shove all the way to 33 and then some. So.
Yeah, a little bit of
but
a shove.
I don't think he's going to lead the lap, though. No, he won't. Austin will.
Austin stole it. Oh, and Austin got bumped by the 88, got loose. That also upset the 16 of Ryan Messler. He's going to have to fall back.
These checkups and everything has pulled just about everybody back into this pack.
Man.
You thought Bridgman was gone? No, Goldilocks is back up here. I will call him Goldilocks because, you know, he's in this gold shiny car.
Talking about, who you talking about, Bridgman?
Philip. Yeah, Philip, yeah.
Philip, yeah, right there in the number 5. Yeah, let's get a look at that.
That's a nice little shiny. It's almost that one Jeff Gordon car that he ran in the All-Star race that one year. It's almost that type of gold. It's a nice little gold.
Let's see. Yeah, Aero Kinetics. You called it Goldilocks. Wow. Oh. See here.
Almost reminds me of like the Hertz, like Joda, like the
Really?
like the sports car, like the Forza has at the moment in the WEC racing. Like it's almost that color gold, like the Hertz gold, like the rental car company.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
Hurts. Yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah, we've got one.
Michael Yara has led the past couple of laps now, so that's a lead change now.
Got some bonus points
Getting
going
close
here.
to
Oh,
20
and he's
lead changes.
blinking out too. That's not good. See here.
Yeah, that's terrible.
See if we can get on. Let's see here. Cossey's behind him. See if we can get on Joseph cockpit here and see if maybe Yara, if he does it again, if maybe Cossey is seeing the same thing. He is right on the tail of that 45. Well, gave him a shove down the backstretch, down into 3. As of right now, he is not going out. But doesn't look like Austin Sailor's down to the inside, and I think Yaro got that one. Yep, he sure did.
Well, I'll tell you what, closing in on 60 laps to go here at Hot Atlanta. Side-by-side action, 2 rows, 2 lines deep.
Yeah, all the way
Sounded
back.
so bad. But,
2 lines, Dave. Wow.
Yeah, if you think about it too hard, oh man. Anyway,
Wow.
so stop it. Stop it.
Yeah.
Don't go there. I didn't go there. You don't go there.
Stop it.
Anyway,
Get some help.
gotta have comic relief somewhere as Art catches his car after getting it out of the wall. Thank you, Art, for getting us back on the racing subject.
I'm not on the subject because I'm laughing so hard. Oh,
Yeah, gutter ball. Get out the gutter.
Yaro blinking again. Oh, man.
Yeah, man. Needs a good run, I tell you, but he doesn't need it because he blinked out the rest of the field. So.
Maybe it's just a hiccup here and there. Maybe Cossey's not seeing that. Maybe he's seeing, him out on the track. We're just seeing it on our end, and that could be a possibility too. So,
man, he could totally just be lagging for you and you only. Totally.
Yep. Get that lag switch.
I don't think that's the case.
You know how they did on Call of Duty back in the day. They'll shoot you.
Back in the day.
Well, I know they still do it, but I haven't played in years. So, but hitting that lag switch. Man, a lot of side-by-side going and a lot of, I guess you could say, bump drafting, too.
Just when you think the inside line gets going, it's going to get a good run going, it just stalls out about every 3rd or 4th lap on the front straightaway. So you don't know if you want to get down there or not. I mean, you want to take chances, but oh my goodness. So Yaro still leading this race once he has gotten up there and in control, holding a pretty wheel up there on that high line. That's exactly what you want to do with these drafting style tracks. You want to hold a pretty wheel in the lane you're in, and that'll make that lane that you're in go the fastest. Instead of all this bobbing and weaving that you're doing, trying to look like you're trying to win.
They've been out here, though, well, 40 laps, coming up on 41 this time. So we're right there getting about 9-10 laps, 5 to 10 laps to that pit window.
Field window.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So, they're coming up on it here. That is going to be close. I still don't think they can make it.
Here comes the inside line again. We'll have something good going.
All right, Yaro, quit your blinking. That's like the 300th time you've done that.
Maybe he's got a family of like chipmunks or something that's like just messing with his fiber optic cable that's dug in the ground, and they don't know what's running through their living room. They just think it's something that just appeared in the earth one day, and they're rolling around on it.
Yep.
Every time they roll around on the fiber optic cord, I'm assuming he has fiber optic. Most people do in this day and age.
Whoa, big wiggle. Whoa, 21 and the 38. The wiggle.
That's Zach and Zach.
Yeah, battle of the Zacks there. We got Zach Duchier and Zach on it. Yeah, I did it again, folks. Mr.
Yes, you have wrong itch and Duchier.
Wrong itch and Duchier. Good old guys right there, Mr. Deutscher and Mr. Rogich. Good guys. Really like talking to both of them.
Closing in now on 50 laps to go. This has been one banger of a race, very suspenseful race, very nail-biting race. I've been in the back of my mind, it's like, when's the big one going to happen? You know, there's only 16 competitors out here, but the big one can still strike at any moment, any time, any place, anywhere, just like a RKO out of nowhere. So every time you think that inside lane was getting a good run built up, coming along smoothly, it just hits that wall of air and stalls out periodically. Doesn't get enough cars built up in the run. Like I said, I don't want to say they chicken out, but they just think, that high lane's going good. I'm going to jump up there.
I think Messer might have tagged the wall there.
Yeah.
Scrapage going on. Yeah, he did too, boy.
He's taking Robbie Stewart's job away. Oh, carnage!
Oh, we got carnage. We got a wreck. First caution of the evening here, folks. Wow, I did not.
All right, Joshua, first word that just came out of my mouth after I saw tire smoke.
Yeah, I did not expect to
looks
see
like
that.
Something happens with Rongich, I think.
Ooh, yeah, it actually started.
Had the talents of Kyle Larson, I think, appear in him or something.
Actually,
he got shoved by Munson, maybe. There was checkup going on just a little bit further in front with the 88 of Cossey. I think there was a blinkage gone awry, maybe. I have no idea. Coming out of the quad oval on the front straightaway.
We're going to look at it.
Oh, Yarrow has a huge lead.
Yeah, let's
and
see.
Then coming up, there's a checkup. There's just a checkup. There's a checkup.
Well,
and then,
I think Cossey did. Get into the back of him. Yeah, he got into the back of him.
Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah. And then there's a checkup. There's a whole accordion that goes on right here. Deutscher checks up in doing so.
Everybody else check it up.
Yep.
And that kind of set the stage here for the 38 and the 40 to get together. And then right behind them, Art Mullane, and I believe that is Larry Blair. Yeah, just nowhere to go. I mean, Larry's right there.
Larry ran over.
No,
I'm
no.
not saying.
No, Larry ran over. Larry ran him
saying
over.
Nowhere to go. It narrows up in the corners, and Atlanta already being a pretty, like I just said, a narrow track as it is. It's not the narrow mile and a half that is Atlanta. Charlotte's job. But it's close to one of the narrowest tracks.
Looks like Chris Papp got in a little piece of it too, and man, yeah, it was kind of carnage right there. Golly, did not expect that, but you know, expect the unexpected, as I like to say. You know. Well, all right, well that'll give us pit stop here. Now, oh man, that's still going to put them close here on fuel. Everybody came down, took tires, took fuel. Those that could get back out there on the racetrack. It looks like Path is coming.
I think if
back out.
I think if we see like green white checkered territory, it might be calling it close. But that's another
big,
2-letter word. Big, yeah. Yep. Big implications, but like you say, it might be cutting it close as well.
All right.
Depending on how well or depending on how much of a hard charging
Yarrow
effort you
coming
make it.
down, back down. Oh,
Now, if you
several drivers.
also, if you keep coming down and just keep topping off the fuel before you go back green,
Yep.
hey, you should make it.
Yep. You
You
got
know,
Yarrow, Cossey, down pit road, Munson, Blair, Darnell, and I just seen somebody else too down pit road. Coleman'sburger. So yeah, topping off that fuel. All right, well, as they get situated here, ready to go back green, I'm going to let Will get us going here, and I'm going to go run to the coffee pot and get me another cup of coffee. Will, take it over here, buddy.
so first caution of the evening for incident. So that's great. Not too many turbo towels at the moment. But looks like a feisty front row. You have Austin and Zach Deutscher up here on the front row with Rongich in tow behind the 21. And then out there you have Gilmore going to be maybe assisting Austin. Going to get the restart at lap 106 of 153. So 48 laps to go, I do believe. And a push from Rongich to Deutscher to get us going, and Bridgman in tow there as well, that third car on the inside line. So at the moment, the inside line has the get up and go on this restart. A little bit further back, that outside lane, no organization, nobody really going in that inside line. Now Chris Paff looking, but gets back in that bottom. So just gonna log some more laps. We still have close to 45 laps remaining, 46 about. Bottom line has so many cars in it at the moment, nothing to do up top. You just have Sailors and Gilmore with a little help from Munson.
All right, I am back. Go out ahead.
Welcome back.
Got me another cup of coffee and a lot of battling still a-going.
Yes, a lot of battling. Still anybody's ball game at the moment.
Oh, this ain't football.
I know.
Still a ball game. Well, it's a race. It's a race. It's still like it's not a game.
I don't know if there was contact between Yarrow and Gilmore or not, but nevertheless, there was close racing in 3 and 4 there. I just saw it. So Gilmore had to go all the way to the fence. Didn't hit it, but all the way to the wall.
Yep, looking at it back here now. Yarrow, Paff, Sailors, Messer, Gilmore, Blair, Munson, got a lot of side-by-side. Half on back. Sitting in the catbird seat, Jim Coleman'sburger and Robbie Stewart back here kind of hanging about. You know, they are right there. Oh, wiggle there by Phillips. Stay off that apron there, buddy. Dangerous place.
Yeah, sometimes if you just put your tires on the paint, it may help you turn a little bit, but then if you want to straddle it or something to that effect, it's not going to be too good. As you see the outside finally get enough momentum, and the cars now working that outside lane, and a lot of crisscross now going on back and forth. So some drivers just abandoning the bottom altogether, immediately going to the top once they see that progression starting to happen.
Yep. Outside
Only
line.
Bridgman, Cossey, Yarrow, Messer on the bottom at the moment.
I think I'd want to be on the outside. I mean, we've already seen
Yeah,
how
that's what
dominant
the race is. Exactly.
the outside has been. So I think I would want to put myself on the outside here. You got Pav, Sailors, Gilmore on the outside. Well, let's add Deutscher, Rogic, and Munson in the mix here too. So Coleman-Sperger and Stewart coming up to the outside. So
Everybody's still on the lead lap except for Art Millane,
Yep.
or Art Mellon. However you want to slice it. So 40 laps to go next time back to stripe. So who is still, well, like we just said, everyone's still in contention to win.
Yeah, and I think some of them can make it in regulation.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I don't think
Sure.
they can make a GWC, but I think regulation-wise, they will be able to go the distance. Tires are going to be shot, but they will be able to, gas-wise at least, go. Now, do you stay out, and not come down for a fresh set of tires? I mean, just kind of see how the rest of the race plays out.
Yes, you would have to see how the rest of it plays out. Who does pit, who doesn't. If you have that opportunity to pit late in that line, in the crocodile, so to speak, then just kind of wait and see what everybody else does. As the bottom trying to get reformed. Gilmore wanted to go down, but kind of waited a bit late to do so.
There's Rossi on the inside with the 45 of Yarrow, battle for the lead, but not going to stay that way as Sailors shoots it down to the inside. What a run. Now he's going to take over the lead. He's going to stay down on the low side. It looks like he is. Oh, wow, Cossie.
Cossie taking a great move to the outside, taking the lead away from Chris Paff on that outside line, but almost halted the momentum ever so slightly, but nevertheless taking the lead away and leading a 63rd lap here. Back to the high line domination that Cossie has been pretty much portraying just about all night long.
I would still definitely continue to watch the inside, though, but that outside, as you stated, dominant. That's the dominant line. Track temp.
Yeah, it's all about trying to get these cars built up on the bottom. 104-degree track temp at the moment, so it's cooled off just a little bit.
From 113 to 104, so all 9 degrees roughly.
But still have that good gale, 17 mile per hour gust, but it's changed a little bit.
Yeah, still a good wind out there. Rossi, Paff, Gilmore, Deutscher, Sailor, Munson, Blair, Bridgman, top 10, Messer, Stewart, Coleman-Sperger, Darnell. That's rounding out the top 14 on the lead lap. Art Millane, he needs a yellow to get back on the lead lap here, because as of right now, with us being, still green, not looking too promising to get back on that lead lap. Oh! Oh, 21 into the wall. Deutscher. That could have been the yellow Art needed, but did not get it. Zach held on to it, Will.
And looking at Austin slicing back down the track, going back downstairs, taking control of the bottom lane yet again.
You've seen how Cossie, when Austin came down to the low side, you see how Cossie went to the high side from, the bottom lane to take over the top.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen Paff go from the high side to the bottom in front of the 43 yet. and then, you know, gain the ground and then jump back up in front of the 88. I mean, that could be a possibility. I mean, right now it's not happening because everybody is, you know, pretty much side by side. But, I mean, that's what I, as a driver, would have tried to do. You know, get around the 43, drop it. You know, 88's going to have to pull back a little bit because he's going to lose that draft, that push. And then, you know, you're going to be able to get around him and then jump right back up in front of the lead if you can on the outside. Just my take, you know.
And with 30 laps to go, you need some type of battle strategy to kind of cope with yourself at the end of this race. Like, have I put myself in the right position? And if you think you have, then that's when you need to start making the move to do that now. Either now, 25 to go, 20 to go, 15 to go, 10 to go, 5 to go.
I think 10,
you cannot wait. You cannot wait till 3 to go, 2 to go, because maybe it could be too late.
I think 10 to go would be even a little bit too late, you know, especially at a track like this. Oh,
Chris Papp out of shape. Here we go. Here's the big one. Down the back straightaway.
Big wreck.
That is pretty much. You know, that's an eighth of the field right there.
Yeah. What happened out of 2? Oh,
I think they were using all the real estate possible, and just maybe a bump gone askew, just a bit off
kilter here, maybe.
Yep. Yes,
that's
sir.
what it was. Out of 2, 57, right into the back of the 22, got him all bent out of shape, and well. It was just kind of on from there. Looks like the 21 and the 57 also, after all that took place, the 21 into the back of the 57 as well. And, well, here is the big one here, folks. Deutscher involved. Somehow, some way, Rogic got through that. Larry Blair going to get a piece of it. The 16 of Messer going to get some damage from it. Oh, the 40 of Munson gonna get some of it too. Well, not what you wanted to see, but
Rogic, Deutscher, or Rogic, Bridgman, Sailors, Cossey. I'm just trying to name the ones who kind of got by it or wasn't involved in it, right? So. There's a good bit here that was able to get by scot-free.
Well, it's going to put Robbie Stewart up front, with Jim Coleman-Spurger in second. Lap 126 of 153 here tonight. Well, the caution's going to help save a little bit of fuel. Could be just enough to make it under regulation. Everybody else come down pit road, took tires and fuel. Don't think Darnell took tires, but I'm not going to say if he did or didn't. I don't know. I know people like to listen, so I don't know if he did or didn't. We'll find out as the race
let's drag
progresses.
Robbie Darnell in. Let's grab him with the old poke of the cane, as I like to call it.
Is he in? Yeah, there he is, right there. Robbie Darnell, got a copy there, buddy.
Yeah, 4, gotcha.
Hey, man, well, a late race, a yellow here. This is going to change everything. We don't want to hear your strategy call down there because we know people like to listen. But, you know, this is going to change a few things out there here tonight. You know, what's it going to take down there in that 44 machine, brother?
Luck.
Luck.
Luck. Yeah.
Do you have something? I mean, can you possibly make a move out here, or are you gonna kind of wait and see what happens out there, you know, with the laps left?
Car was fast early. Made a few mistakes in the draft, but the car was fast. Got a couple of teammates in the playoffs, so my goal is, if I can, we're gonna get them in there.
All righty, buddy. Well, we're gonna.
I don't mind sharing the strategy.
You don't mind sharing the strategy? Well, you know, what's your pitch strategy here?
I topped off fuel to get the spoiler out of the air.
Oh, okay. Sounds like a plan. All right, buddy. But we're not going to keep you. We're going to let you get back to it, Robbie. Good luck.
10-4.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Well, he don't mind sharing it. Okay. Well, if he don't mind, I don't mind. I don't mind either. You know. I just don't like people giving out strategies and then something happen and be, you know, because I know people like to play the strategy game, you know. Yep. And that old yellow.
Yes, the strategy game can rule. Nevertheless, going back to flag right here, second caution for incident.
Yep, and the green is out. And the 88 on the line. Oh, Jim really slow there. That just goes to show you the tire issue. Did not want to spin it. He's been out here 23 laps. So losing a lot of ground already as Cossey, Yarrow, Bridgman, Rongich, Gilmore come flying outside here. Somebody else scraping the wall there. The Sparks. Start calling the drivers who hit the wall. Old Sparky.
Bridgman going downstairs, making a move here. 25 laps to go. On Cossey, he's going to have the Rongich right behind him now on the bottom line. Are they going to have enough help, enough drafting support, if you will, on this bottom line to fend off the top side momentum? I don't think so. The top side's still very supportive. Still those cars up there, these drivers, everybody here. It's been a good show.
Yep, still that top side still very, very dominant. Oh, I don't know.
But now, Coleman'sberger going for a ride, but he gathers it up out of turn number 2. That's going to break apart that inside line. But nevertheless, Bridgman to the point with Rongich in tow. They are clear to go up to the top if they want. So
let's see here. It looks like. Yep, looks like they are going to do just that. Phillip easing it up to the top side.
Yep, that's.
Yep.
Took a word right on the Thank you there. Help. Help me, Rhonda. So.
Help me.
Closing in on 20 to go here, Joshua. What an eventful race back and forth it's been. You know,
we're not done.
Yep.
We are not done. Lap 132 here tonight, so 2 more laps. They have to finish lap 133 to get to that 20 to go mark.
Yes, sir.
But like Bridgman, Rongich, Cossey, Gilmore, Cossey trapped on that inside. We know that inside line has not really been the where to be, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it's been really the downfall of many a driver this evening, as far as just, hey, I thought I had something going down here, and then they just fall to the back. But if you have good momentum and you can get a good side draft, a good tow, you can really do like what Joseph Cossey just did, and that is really kind of pull yourself forward if you can just ride down.
Well, that
that's
inside,
what he's done.
Yeah, that inside line is starting to move a little bit, but that outside, though, is still...
It takes a good pusher, a good person that can hold their line while being pushed like that. 20 laps to go.
Yep, 20 to go here tonight. The Day Bush Sim Racing Lease Cup Series Season 15, round number 1 of the top 16 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Presented to MaxspeedTV. Round number 2 next week, right here, same time, same bat channel, same 2 knuckleheads up here in the booth. If everything, you know, works out, we'll take it a day at a time. But we are going to be doing some road course action. The SRU at the Glen for 45 laps. A little bit of a road going on there.
Yes, in the Finger Lake region of New York. So love to see it. Well, wrong. It's looking to the far right side, maybe just getting some clean air to the nose of that
Could be.
38 automobile. But nevertheless, Richmond losing the lead here to Cossey downstairs at the moment,
Ooh.
having that better line wrapping around the bottom of the track.
And if I'm Phillip, I'm staying right there. I'm not moving.
Yes.
You know,
Mom, get the camera.
You've got one heck of a pusher behind you in
Oh.
the 38, and oh, the 88. Whoa!
Yeah, there was a bad bump that came from Sailor mid quad over, mid front straightaway, and just like an opposite accordion effect happened from third car in line up to Yarrow, up to Cossey, and that just right as Cossey went to turn for the exit of the dog leg, so to speak, on the front straightaway. Go up. Oh, Phillip misses opportunity to cut off Cossey at the pass. So, man, oh, man. He still has time to take Cossey away, get up in front of him.
If I'm Phillip, I'm going up to the top.
Oh, man.
And he's not doing it
but
yet.
They are in a battle of their own back
there
there for second place.
Whoa!
Oh, that was almost a block gone wrong, but
oh man,
man. Phillip's not aggressive enough, and then whenever he is aggressive, he's not aggressive enough still. He's like watching Martin Truex Jr. race. I know, right?
Oh man, it's still not over. I mean, we got 15 laps to go. So
he is just gonna try to build that run back here. He's got Roberts in tow.
It can happen.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what happens. Y'all row,
look
Sailors.
At Messer. Look at the run Messer has. Man, Gilmore's good at shoving people into these corners, man. He is a good pusher.
Yeah, you can shove them into the corner if you hit square. You know,
oh yeah.
But if you do not hit square into the corner,
if you hit them on that left side like we saw earlier, it's all she wrote, dear John.
Yeah. So you gotta hit them square into the corner and out of the corner too. If you decide to hit them, hit them out of a corner, hit them square. 3 wide here.
Just to the right a little bit. Yeah, but not to the left.
Who is that?
Who's who?
That is Zach Neuscher there in the middle. 3 wide.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, guess who's up front?
Yep, Richmond back to the
back
point
up
again.
there, yep.
But now Cossey back to the outside with help from Yarrow and Sailor again. So back and forth, 2 wide racing here at Atlanta.
Well, I wouldn't count out anybody else either. Gilmore, Munson, Mullane, Paff, Neuscher, Darnell. I would not count out anybody that's on the lead lap. As we get a late race, you know what? That is going to stack everybody back up. I don't want to say the word because every time I say it, it happens. Maybe I should say it. Oh, Phillip! Oh, no! He's going to get into the sucker hole. 3 wide, no help for Phillip. Oh, here we go! Here we go! Y'all roll! Richmond! Yellow's out!
That's exactly where, you don't.
Ooh.
Because if you're in the middle, there's nowhere to go when tragedy strikes, and it happens up there in the top line. It looks like maybe Yarrow gets a bad push from Austin. Maybe
no, he didn't get a push. He didn't get a push. He got a right front to the left rear hook is what he got right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, and that
Austin was out of line. Maybe Austin was going for a move here. They were almost 4 wide.
And, yep, right there. That's it.
Just about.
Yarrow down into 38. Yarrow trying to save it. Couldn't do it. Right up into Phillip. Oh, man. Phillip and Zach both going to get some damage into this. Oh, man. Well, like I said, late race yellow, definitely going to change things. Now we're at 9 to go.
Gonna get the restart probably about 5 maybe to go. Somewhere in that ballpark,
yeah,
6 or 5.
6,
So
6, 7, 5, 6, 7, somewhere around in there. It depends on how quick everybody gets in and off of pit road. I have noticed that iRacing itself takes that into consideration. If everybody's already out there, then they go green relatively quick. If there are drivers that come down pit road, then they, you know, it takes them a few laps. So we do have drivers that are on pit road. We got Paff, Bunsen just coming back out. Robbie Stewart is still out there on the racetrack. Looks like we got Bridgman and Yallrow on pit road. Man, tough break for the both of them. Oh, and no fast repairs. So, you know, that hurts.
it does. And also being, you know, some of the guys involved in earlier crashes, you know, our earlier incident. Was already out there dealing with some damage that had already been repaired enough to get back out there and be a part of that big battle group that we just saw, but now it's all torn apart like we just witnessed. So,
and what a tough situation. Now we do have.
So yes, 7
that'll
to go.
be 7 to
So
go.
gonna get a couple of more laps than we anticipated. So that's nice.
So we got Cossey, Sailors, Rongich, Gilmore, Blair, Messer, Deutscher, Mullane. I said watch him. And there he is in 8th. Robbie Darnell, Jim Coleman-Sperger. That's the top 10. But we got Munson. Got to watch that number 40 as well here tonight, too. Chris Paff is back out there on the racetrack. The last car on the lead lap. No, Munson is the last. I don't know. It's one of the two. Anyway, we've got 12 drivers on the lead lap. We've got 13 on the racetrack. Robbie Stewart is 2 laps down. Still time for Robbie Stewart to get back on the lead lap. So, you know, we get a couple of quick yellows, and you know, Mr. Stewart's going to be back on the lead lap as long as he's not involved in it. So, well, looks like Cossey has chosen the outside line. No surprise. It's been the dominant line. He's made the bottom work, too. So we'll see what happens. Sailors to the inside. Here we go. Coming into the restart zone once again. Door to door. And, oh, a little bit of a bobble jump there by Cossey. Ooh.
But still, I think if you want to try to win this race, you have to go through that 88. He's led the most laps tonight. And he's dominant force to be reckoned with this evening.
Yeah.
Now that Rongich is up here, he's been avoiding the wrecks, all the carnage, all the melee. He's tried to do that. So,
well, this is going to put us at 6 to go this time by. So when do you make your move here? You know, Rongich, Sailors, Gilmore, Blair, Messer, Deutscher. I mean, when do you make a move onto that 88? What do
you can't keep waiting.
You know, when
that
do you do
inside
it?
line is coming.
57 all over the tail of the 43 on the inside, trying to give him the shove he needs. And right now it's working out, but out of turn number 4 here, looks like the 88 going to get the run here at the stripe. Man, that was close. Oh, the 43 got too big of a shove there. Looks like by the 57, Jeff Gilmore. And, oh, Cossey. Uh-oh. Now they're wrecking. We're going to get a yellow. It does not look like it right at the moment, but there it is. Oh, no, Larry Blair. Oh. Right here, after whatever happened to Cossey, we'll look at it here. It looks like maybe a little bit of a a bump there by the 38, might have got him loose, and that kind of set the stage for what happened between Larry and I believe that was
Deutscher.
Yeah.
He just kind of like a swipe or no swiping moment, just swipes across the back bumper. Both of those incidents there on the high line between those two happening because of basically just a swiping back and forth like a windshield wiper moment. Just trying to hold the best line possible, but at the net result of just like I said, just maybe those cars having a prior incident damage or something that not able to make them hold a steady wheel like they were earlier in the race. So that's why they're kind of swiping a little bit more than normal.
Yeah, a lot of them riding the wall too. Well, that outside line is the dominant line, and you know you see a lot of it tonight. You know, the new Atlanta. I don't like the new Atlanta. I hate the new Atlanta.
Yes, as well, Tara. Like Tara does have a point. Yeah, whenever you run that high side here, you have that temptation or you have that fear of like, you know, you got to put a little bit more wheel into it to stay off the wall. Whenever you do that, you know, you're gonna run down a little bit on corner exit to stay off the wall. So yeah, a lot of different things come into play there.
Well, GWC attempt
First green,
number
white checkered.
1. Yep, number 1
Yes,
of
sir.
3.
Thank
They
you.
get 3 attempts at it. So this will be number 1 here. Got to sneeze. So hang on just a second. All right, I feel better. I muted my mic first so I didn't blow out everybody's eardrums. All right, here we go. GWC attempt number 1 of 3. Can we finish it in the first one, or are we going to have to go to a second attempt at it? If you are new to how a GWC works, they will go green. They have to make it around to the white flag. If the white flag comes out, whatever happens after that happens. If they wreck and a caution comes out before the white flag, well, we'll rack them up, stack them up, and do it all over again. We'll do it up to 3 times in total. This is your first time to do this here tonight. Still anybody's race here this evening. Bobby Stewart gets one more yellow here before we're done. He'll be back on the lead lap. Kind of throwing that out there for everybody who is a fan of Robbie Stewart. They got Rongich, Cossey, Messer, Darnell, Mullane, Deutscher, Papp, Gilmore, Holmensberger, and Mutt. Rounding out our top 10. Pace cars off and away here once again. GWC attempt number 1 about to get underway here. And there's the green. Here we go. GWC attempt number 1 underway here tonight. And woo, 44 of Robbie Darnell backing off a little bit. Well, looks like he is going to try to make a push run here up to the 88. Down into turn number 3 here. 3 wide, 2 rows deep. Out of turn number 4. White flag in the air. 1 to go. 4 wide there. And now we're wrecking. Oh, but
Gilmore on his lid, side by side. Robbie Darnell to the outside of Joseph Cossey, coming down the back straightaway. They're clear for the moment. They're side by side for second place.
Oh, Robbie Darnell
turned Austin. Robbie all in the open. This is Robbie's race to lose here, coming off of turn number 4.
Robbie Darnell gonna pull out the victory here tonight at Atlanta. Wow, what a finish. Cossie in second. Paff coming up in the third. What a change of events out there on the racetrack here tonight, Will. Wow. I said it was anybody's race.
You did. It was, and it sure played out to be that way. I didn't know he had the script for this race
Wow.
already. Man, who knew? Wow. That couldn't script it any better. I tell you what, they try to make movies like this, and you just sim racing at its finest here, ladies and gentlemen. Heck of a way to do it. Robbie said he wasn't in the playoffs. He wanted to try to help one of his teammates with a win, but man, what better way? I mean, spoiler. We talked about it. Spoiler. You know, spoiler.
Spoiler alert, man. Oh, man. Well, when you're in the catbird seat like Robbie was and mayhem ensued.
Push Cossie out to Cossie's like, hey, Robbie, thanks for pushing me out to, greener pastures. And then chaos happened behind him. Robbie's like, hey, this is my chance. My chance right now to make a move. And he had enough time, enough space, spatial awareness to make the moves he needed to make to pounce on Cossie, like you would have said, for the race win. So congratulations all around to Robbie and his team, and also the podium finishers here. Thanks to all the drivers to come out, be a part, put on this show.
We got Larry Blair in fourth and Kyle Munson rounding out the fourth and fifth spot, respectively. We're going to get the top three down here for the MaxspeedTV post-race show, so hang tight. We're going to be right back here on MaxspeedTV. Well, alrighty, folks. We are back. We have caught up with the top three here tonight, and we're going to pull up our third place finisher here this evening, and a well-deserved third place here tonight for the Ghost 22 Sour Patch Machine of Chris Path. Chris, man, it was pretty tame for the most part out there here tonight, and then as we get, down to the wire, things started to heat up, and boy, heat up did they ever here tonight. Man, talk about it, the overall race, and then, of course, the green white checkered attempt there, man. I mean, it came down to one, and well, we seen what happened. Talk about it.
Well, I mean, the race started about as well as I thought. I think I qualified third. Usually just trying to ride, that first half of the race, try to get to the stage. Tried to save fuel. I think I waited too late and didn't make it out on that. I had to come in and get like a gallon and a half to make it. Some other guys started saving, I think, real hard off the rip. So that kind of put me back on the hole on that in the first part of the race. And then that wreck I got caught up in with Art. I think Art ended up like hitting me in the right side. I never got all that damage fixed. It was like 3 minutes of optional damage. So we was out there with a pretty banged up race car. I don't. As far as the end goes, man, this is Atlanta, man. I don't really agree with this track being made into a super
I
speedway
don't
because I
either.
just think it's too small for it, and these cars get super loose on the exit. You're carrying just way too much speed. Uh, Once you get to a guy, and you're packed in that dirty air, it's hard to really do anything unless you just want to pump some guy and just put it right on his bumper, shove him into the next guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I knew it was going to happen. I knew Rex was going to happen. I just kept it to the floor and tried to point it through the windshield where I didn't see a car in front of me.
And well, mayhem ensued. And you see Robbie and Joseph, they got through everything. They were right there. And then I don't know what you seen. You said either prior to pulling you up here, you just kept your foot in it. You was not looking back. You were gone. You was just gonna go. And
Yep,
it looks
that's
like
all
it
I was
worked
gonna do.
out for you.
I mean, it gave me a P3, didn't it?
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. I was a little too far back to see what happened with Austin. It looked like Austin and somebody got together, and I seen him turning around. I tried to put it low. Then I was there on the inside of Kyle Munson, and I just tried to keep my foot in it and just get it to the checker, get it
Well,
checkered, and best of one piece.
yeah, and that's exactly what you did. You started third, you led 6 laps, you finished third. Great points tonight. 2 races left now, so you're starting off strong. Next week is going to be one of those races that really I think is going to flip the script on everything because it's a road course. It's Watkins Glen. Not a lot of people like road courses, let alone it being in, one of the races in the top 16. So I guess it depends on, who shows up for next week. But, that's going to change a lot, I guess you could say, with the top 16 too. But how do you feel about going into that race?
I feel pretty decent. Watkins Glen's probably my favorite road course. I've got the most sim time in multiple different disciplines on there. Ran the 6-hour endurance race with a couple of my teammates, and yeah, so I've got plenty of time to get around that place. I know it. I like it. I call that the super speedway of road courses. So I feel like it shouldn't thin out probably most of the herd. Most of these guys in this top 16, man, they know how
Yeah.
to get around track. So
Oh, yeah.
I think it should be a pretty good race. I'm a little disappointed that the car counts of these fields have thinned out as we went on through this season. I wish it was more closer to like mid 20s, low 30s, but it is what it is. I mean, we got a good core group of
Yeah.
guys. It's a blast out here racing with them. And I feel pretty decent about Watkins Glen. It should be okay next week.
All right, I guess we'll find out because it's on the schedule. Top 16 definitely need to race it because they can pick up some major points in that
Oh, yeah.
in that race. So maybe we'll have another upset. We had one here tonight.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So we'll see what happens. Chris, awesome job out here tonight, buddy. 3rd place. Do not be ashamed of it, man. You were out there. It was a great race overall. I know you're probably gonna go get ready and go celebrate or get ready for bed and work tomorrow. I don't know what you're gonna do, but I'm gonna let you do your final thought, shout out, thanks, and go celebrate here tonight, man. Mike's yours.
Yeah, man. I just want to give a good shout out to Mr. Darnell. I didn't even know that he won it until somebody said he won it. I didn't even get to see it. I was too far back in the relative. It wasn't popped up there. So big congrats to him, man. Uh, just congrats to all these guys in the league. I enjoy it, most of them. I enjoy racing with them every Sunday when we do it. These seasons are long. It's a grind.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad that most of us have decided to stick it out and be around here for it. I appreciate my teammates, even though they're not all out here in full capacity. Brandon Sheets, Keith Hurlbutt, Robbie Stewart. They're probably majority of the reason why I still attend and or do this week in, week out. Big shout out to y'all. Y'all do a great job on the stream every week, man. Appreciate it. You and Will up there in the booth. It's good going back watching the replays. Um, I haven't give a shout out to my painter on this Ghost Energy paint scheme. He did a couple of them for me, but his YouTube is Car Inside. His name's Nathan Reynolds. People might want to go check him out. He's super reasonable on doing paint and does a heck of a job. Does some bundles. I mean, you can get like 3, 4, 5 paint schemes for like $40. I mean, good dude.
Wow.
So yeah. So anybody else? Yeah, the wife, daughter, they always give me support every Sunday, even though they have plenty of other things that they could do instead of sitting and watching me race a virtual race car. And Dave, man, I haven't heard anything out of Dave in quite some time. I hope he's doing all right. Everything we're doing pretty much in this league now is revolving around Dave, man. 53 lap stage breaks, 153 laps. I mean, I I like the way Robbie's handling that and
Yep.
doing that. Just having a blast with it, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. We all miss Dave. Hopefully Dave's okay.
Yep.
Haven't heard from
Yep.
him either. Go celebrate your third here tonight, Chris, and we will see you at the Glen next week, buddy.
All right, brother.
Yep. Thank you. All righty. Well, that is Chris Paff here. Let's get down here to our P2 finisher here tonight. And I like that paint on the 88, Mr. Joseph Cossey there. Joseph, in the Sneakers of Bruzy looking paint there. I like the paint, man. I love the colors. I love the way you did that, or whoever did it. I don't know who did it, but good colors there, man. But, aside from the paint here tonight, man, great race, man. It was a doozy out there here tonight, buddy. Kind of talk about the ups and downs, the struggles, the battles, the drafting out there here tonight. Of course, your stage win, here this evening. So you're going to pick up some points on that. And talk about it. We got to hear from you. And then, of course, talk about the GWC, man. That came down to that right there here tonight, buddy. Mike's yours.
Hey, all thanks to Robbie for me getting there. He gave me a hell of a push. I wasn't expecting less for him to go and try to take it. Hey, he did what he had to do. He got that win. Congrats off to him. I feel bad for Austin. I didn't mean to come up and take him out. I just wanted to slow down his momentum, and I kind of went up too far. So that's on me. Sorry to Austin. I've already apologized to him a couple times already. Other than that, man, yeah, the paint, my good buddy Johan Seminario, shout out to him. JS Designs, he made that paint. It's a Ricky Rudd 2007 throwback. Love the paint. Like I think it's my new love, to be honest.
I think somebody said something about that. Yeah, Brendan did. He said something about it. Is that 88 car throwback to a Ricky Rudd?
Yes, sir.
And,
it sure is.
Yep. So
it got over 1,400 likes on Facebook recently.
Wow.
And so it transcends that. I had the idea. I gave it to my buddy, and he painted it. And man, he is great painter. If you ever need somebody, hit up JS Designs. He's got a back order, and I'm gonna tell you right now, he's back ordered a lot. But you want a paint that's done to the T, like his professionalism of trying to get everything down to the very perfect. It's him.
It's him. All righty. Well, we could talk about paints all night long, Joseph, and I'm sure you could too. So, let's kind of get down to the nitty gritty. It came down, strategies out there here tonight. It really came down to the GWC there. I mean, everybody was right there. Late race yellow set that GWC up and, stacked everybody back up together. What was through your mind? Setting, GWC at tip. You probably, you had the dominant car out there with that high line and the right drivers around you. But really, it was still anybody's race. Talk about that GWC here tonight and what happened as y'all, get going.
We got going. I got a good launch, which I expect Zach to side drafting, which he did. I was waiting on Robbie to get back, but when Robbie finally got to me down during going down the backstretch, and he gave me that push. Oh man, we shot out like a rocket. And I was like, one of us is gonna win, and then next thing you know, you see everybody freaking crashing everywhere. So then it left in between me, Robbie, and Austin, and then I made the mistake with Austin. I'm sorry to Austin once again. But man, we had great saves. I was a human highlight reel. I think I saved the car at least 3 times.
Wow.
I should have wrecked. But other than that, man, I can't say no more. The race, I had a great race. I just didn't come out with one.
Yep.
Number 1.
Yeah, I mean, hey, second place. You got the stage here tonight. P2 here this evening for the overall race, Joseph. Now, well, we go into the Glen next week, so a little bit, got a road course next week, and that is going to be one of those races that, will definitely change up the point standings, especially the top 16, those that are in the chase. How do you feel about the Glen being round 2 of the top 16, and what do you got to do in that race?
Oh, I'm not worried about the Glen. I'm all ready for the Glen.
Oh, okay. No, no.
We're ready to get there. As soon as we get there, we should be fast. That's
All
all I'm gonna say.
righty, Joseph. Well, awesome job out here tonight at the P2. Hard fought P2 between you and Robbie and Austin until, that happened. But,
Yes, sir.
awesome job at the P2 spot here tonight, buddy. Final thought, shout outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate your P2 here tonight.
Hey, thanks to everybody out in the league. We ran a fantastic race. I thought it was exciting from start to finish. You can't get no more excitement than that. But man, we had a great race. And thanks to everybody else. Thank the league, thank the broadcast, thank it, and good job to Robbie for freaking securing this win. He definitely deserved it.
Yeah, yep. Man, he made the pass at the right time. And that's all it took. So, Joseph, I guess we'll see you next week, buddy. Go celebrate P2 here, bud.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, all righty, folks. Well, I think he is just as surprised as we are. I don't know. Robbie, we talked to you earlier here tonight. Congratulations on the win here this evening in that, well, I'm going to go ahead and say it, Hillsboro Feed Company 44 machine, man. Awesome job. You did what you had to do late in the race. Bring it into victory lane here tonight, buddy. But talk about it. We talked to you earlier here tonight, strategies and all that stuff. You wasn't afraid to give it out, but come down to a GWC attempt here tonight, Robbie. Talk about the beginning of the race all the way down to, well, that pass you made there over Joseph and the set where you're at right now, buddy. Talk about it.
Well, like I said, like I told you earlier, the car seemed to be pretty quick at the beginning of the race and got out and led some laps. And then after those last two cautions, it felt like a parachute was on the back of the car, and I was telling the teammates that I was basically done, and hope one of them could win. And then that dreaded third caution came out, and or fourth, I can't remember how many it was, and put me in a position, put me in third place on the restart, and I kind of felt like Zach Deutscher was going to try to go 3 wide on us at the start, and it looked like he went low. So I said, "Well, I'm going down there too, buddy," and which is fine. That's part of racing. You gotta take your place if you can, and especially on restarts at a track like this. And so I blocked that advance a little bit, and then aerodynamics kicked in, and I ran Joseph down and pushed him out front. And I used to not be a good pusher, but thanks to Kyle Heath working with me for the last couple of years, I've got where I can push people safely and not wreck them. And then that was it. I knew he wasn't going to give up the bottom, and I said, well, I got to get to his left rear, and just don't have to wreck him, but I do have to kind of rub it a little bit and cause him to lose momentum. And I got by him. I'm like, well, he might get back by me. And then I saw Austin coming up the outside, and I said, well, I got to go up here and block this. I can do my best Joey Logano impression. And next thing you know, this Hillsboro Feed Company number 44 car is in victory lane. This is my company owner has sold his company, and this be the last race with him as my boss and owner of the business I work at.
Oh,
I'm gonna give a shout out to Roger Felkins for putting up with me for 6 years, and loved working for him. And he's still gonna be around, but he's just not gonna be my boss anymore. And but yeah, I was not expecting to be here. I thought for sure when I got lost on the backstretch, losing the draft, those last 2 cautions, I thought, well, it's over.
Well, it wasn't. You never gave up. I mean, you kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and probably a good thing you did because of where you're sitting at right now. I mean, you're not in the top 16, but and I said it with Will here tonight. I mean, getting these non-playoff, non-chase drivers coming out here racing it up with the top, with the chase drivers, and then a non-chase driver winning it. That right there just throws a ringer into everything. I mean, and that that is going to really change the way the next 2 races come. and what happened, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for the playoff guys to take away their winning in scenario, but hey, I had fun
Yeah.
doing that burnout, and Jim come up, and I swung around and busted his nose, and Chris come up to thank me, and I swung around and hit his too. So it was just all out celebration. My winner's
Hey.
picture in the Discord is a dented up race car, but hey,
Hey.
it's in victory lane tonight, man.
Yeah, it's in victory lane tonight. Well, we do go to the Glen next week for round number 2. I know a lot of drivers do not like road course. But with the thing that happened here tonight, with a non-chase driver winning it, I mean, it could be a possibility. Round number 2 could be that way too. We don't know until we get there and, do the race. So, with that being said, round number 2, the Glen road course. What do you expect kind of going into that race? And, what do you think is going to happen, especially the way the top 16 will stack up going into that race?
Well, we've got a lot of really great drivers in here, and I think Watkins Glen's going to be a pretty good race. I think and they're clean drivers too, so I think they're going to race each other hard and race each other clean. And you know, road courses have a tendency to have a runaway winner, but I don't think that'll be the case next week. And if it is, I'll just be wrong. But I think it's going to be an awesome race. I'm going to break my VR back out because I do road courses better with a VR. But
Okay.
so, but yeah, I think it's going to be a good race. I hope we get a lot of people turn out. Nothing says I'm a man like showing up at the road course.
Right.
I just challenged everybody in the league.
All right. Yeah, Robbie has issued a challenge. So everybody needs to show up if you can make it. Of course, we know work and all that can play a factor into that too. So, Robbie has issued a challenge. Everybody show up for the road course next week. Let's get 43 cars out there at Watkins Glen.
Well, not quite. Let's go 20. Let's do 20.
20 cars. All right. 20, 25 cars at Watkins Glen. All right. Well, I'm still shooting for 40, 43. So,
We'll get there one day.
All right. Well, Robbie, awesome job. Awesome win out here tonight. First time in victory lane this season, too. But, hey, got to get them when you can get them, right? I mean,
Yes, sir.
Man, awesome job, buddy. Well, I'm not going to keep you any longer than we have to, Robbie. Final thought, shout-outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate the victory here tonight. Of course, get ready for the Glen next week, buddy. Mike's yours.
Shout out to my man, Dave Bush. He's still pushing on, and y'all keep him in your prayers. This one's for you, Dave. And to my wife and children who were standing around wondering why I was yelling. And it's just and the entire league. I love these guys. It's a labor of love, but these guys are worth hanging out, man.
Yeah,
You got a great league, and I can't tell you how proud I am of these guys.
Yeah, it's a great group, and I know you guys are going to be doing some recruiting in the off season. We still got a race to go this season, so we're not done yet. So. But you guys have a long season. Y'all racing just like NASCAR, start like February and then go all the way until like November or something. So
that's kind of something that I always wanted to do. So I'm in charge, so I did it.
Yeah, that's what happens. So but go celebrate your victory here tonight, Robbie, and we'll see you next week at the Glen, buddy.
And yeah, Will, Josh, appreciate y'all, man. Have a good night.
Thank you, bud. You too. All right, we'll get him back up there into the race channel. Man, what a race it was here tonight. Well, what an upset. Golly.
Yes, sir. What an upset it was indeed. Congratulations again to Rob and our podium finishers. And, Robbie, just because it's not the playoffs doesn't mean he don't have to not show up. And come on, show up. Anyway, the Glen next week, Watkins Glen, going to be making some lefts and rights. Not as many lefts as there are rights, but I think anyway. So, yes, indeed, it was a fantastic race tonight. Excitement everywhere, Joshua.
Yep, 45 laps at stake next week. I'm going to go ahead and bring over here. Well, maybe. Let me do something here. Let me get that live grid off there first, and we'll bring up the schedule here kind of look at for everybody that is, still out there hanging out with us. We just raced Atlanta here tonight. Now, next week, of course, we go to the Glen and then Bristol. That is the first 3 races of the top 16. Then we'll go to the top 12, Kansas, Talladega, and not the Roval. That'll be Charlotte, one of my favorite 1.5 miles. For the top 12, then we'll go to the top 8, Vegas, Homestead, and Iowa. For the top 8, and then the final 4, whoever makes it there, we're going to round it out at Auto Club for 125 laps. But we still have 9 more races left to go before we even start thinking out Auto Club. So we've got to get down through the rest of the races first, Will. So, but great racing out here tonight, Will. I'm getting pretty tired. My throat's getting a little bit sore, so I'm going to kind of go ahead and run through the unofficial results. We're going to get the admin stuff they have to do here tonight. Shouldn't be a whole lot, but Robbie Darnell with the upset victory here tonight. Grabbing the win here in round number 1 of the top 16 here this evening. Congratulations to Robbie on the victory. Joseph Cossey there in second after Robbie gets around him. There to grab the victory. Chris Paff coming up through the carnage on the track here tonight after the white flag. Grabbing the 3rd place spot. Larry Blair in 4th, and Kyle Munson rounding out the top 5. Jim Coleman-Sperger in the 6th spot. Art Mullane coming back after being a couple of laps down, and he got back up there and finished 7th. Zachary Rogich in 8th. Zach Deuscher 9th, and Austin Sailors in 10th. Ryan Messer in 11th, Robbie Stewart in 12th, Jeff Gilmore 13th, Michael Yalrow 14th, Philip Bridgman 15th, Gomez in 16th, and Paul Buscohen did not start here tonight. But again, our winner here this evening goes to the 44 machine of Robbie Darnell. But Will, we got the Glen next week. That is going to be, with one caution there with the stage. That's all we're going to have caution-wise. We could still have some people driving it off into the kitty litter, but cautions, we should only have 1.
Yes, sir. That stage break at the Glen next week should be our only terrible towel.
Yep. All righty. Well, that's going to do it here tonight on MaxspeedTV. Myself, Joshua, Will Roberts, the Dave Bush Sim Racing League Cup Series. Season 15, round number 1 here, the top 16 here at Atlanta. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in here tonight. John Black there tuning in at the last minute. But, John, you can go back and watch it, man. It was a fantastic race out there here tonight, bud. So, go back and watch it, man. It was crazy. A lot of battles and a lot of moments. We won't finish the sentence there. Just use your imagination. So, go back and watch it, John. It was a great race. But that's going to do it here tonight on MaxspeedTV. Until Tuesday night for the Downforce Grow Masters Truck Series. Till then, stay safe. Thank you all, and have a good night.